Hello World Civ 106 class, welcome to week 2. For those of you who have watched my announcements and read the mass email I have sent, lo and behold, you are discovering that you are doing the work correctly and getting full points. So that's important to do. Just to clarify for this week that last week we had the discussions that were due on a Thursday evening, and the video notes and the paper were due on Sunday. So right now I'm making this announcement here on Sunday. Some of you are going to be watching this today, and others might be watching this a day or two later after. So keep in mind that if you look in the weekly work objective section of the modules and you look at your the link on your assignments for this week, the video notes and the discussions are both due on Thursday by midnight, and the paper is simply due on Sunday. Okay, that will change from time to time. As I told you in the other announcements, there'll always be work due on Thursdays and Sundays, and how we do that will just vary from time to time. Okay. And so, for the most part, this week's information is very straightforward. We're really covering ancient Mesopotamia. And I think it's extremely important when we're talking about, especially looking at modern Iraq and Syria and that part of the world. And we're seeing all the conflicts going on. And then you're finding out that these places are the origins of so many things that are important to us and our civilization. I just want to kind of quickly mention that I do have a video which I make a warning about, like in, I think it's the first or second one, where I have a recording of a rapper, an American Chaldean that's from Iraq, and he criticized the war in Iraq. This is from many years ago when this video came out. And I mentioned that if you are a war vet or a refugee, or you from anywhere where you actually had to experience war, you do not have to watch the video. So I want to make that extra clear. I do want to make clear too that it's important to watch the very end and hear what he has to say, because I'm not just having you watch it to make a political statement about whether or not war is bad or good. I'm also trying to impress upon you the fact that there are people living and breathing from that part of the world that are also looking at this history with us, and someone like him is having a message to really like think about. That I think his, especially the last very end of his rap is very important and powerful, and makes the discussions that we're having and the reading and the videos you're watching less just intellectual, but actually really personal and more powerful, and to realize that the beauty of history and the tragedy of history are always with us. Okay. And we'll certainly see that in the case of Afghanistan, which I could do a whole discussion with all of you on, but that would be off topic right now. If any of you are interested and want to have any kind of discussions of the historic background of that, feel free to hit me up. I'm very busy, but I can at least give you some sources to kind of look at. I'll just say this, it's interesting when you look at history. Sherlock Holmes starts the story off with Watson coming back as a war vet from Afghanistan. So think about that for a second. The story of Sherlock Holmes, popular English cultural character, Dr. Watson, who's such a pivotal part of the whole story of Sherlock, comes looking for a roommate after he was injured for fighting in Afghanistan on the side of the British Empire. And there is a saying in Afghanistan that Afghanistan has been the graveyard of many great empires. It's very intense and profound. Now, I have a lot of former students and many friends that are actually from Afghanistan, and what's happening to them currently is very emotionally draining and very I think it's needless to say they're feeling a lot. And I have known many war vets from the U.S. side that's fought there and are feeling a lot of mixed emotions. But you should look at also, we need to stop just always looking at history when we get like an image from the TV, because half the time we're not seeing images at all, and then we'll forget about it as soon as the images go away. But there's been a long entrenched history there. Look at Rambo, I believe it's 3. Rambo goes to Afghanistan, fighting on the side of the people of Afghanistan against the evil Russian Soviets. And that's the origins of our involvement there. And it's a complex history. So again, though, that's not really what we're covering in this class right now. We will learn at the end of the class about Islam very thoroughly, and we will learn about some of the influences there that would explain some of the cultural aspects of Afghanistan and places beyond, other countries that are not Arab but are still as Muslim. Okay. So anyways, not to go too far off topic, and to end this video without being too long, I hope you are all having as good of a week as possible. And like I said, I'm trying to cut back my own work at my other job because I'm feeling it right now as well. But I do try to get a hold of you as soon as possible. So I work 2 days in a row at my other job, and then I'll be again working from home on Wednesday. And so you can do well to get a hold of me then if you have any questions or issues. So okay, we'll be in touch if you need anything. Have a good week.